200 years ago, after fighting off tyranny and risking everything, great and wise men put these and other holy words together in the formation of the greatest nation in the history of mankind, Congress. Shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Let's watch as these holy words are tested in modern times. Over 200 years ago, after fighting off tyranny and risking everything, great and wise men put these and other holy words together in the formation of the greatest nation in the history of mankind, Congress. Shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Let's watch as these holy words are tested in modern times.
Good morning. Let's remove that from the studio and let us add this. All right. Governor Newsom. All right. There it is. Oh, there it is. All right. Let us push play. Let us turn the volume up a little bit and push play. All right.
He called on the White House to change their course. Take a look.
I have a feeling there's a pretty good chance that in the White House there might be a television on and he might be watching us
I hope so.
right now.
Yeah, he can learn something.
What might you say to him if I'll give you the floor, you have the opportunity, what you weren't able to say to him on that phone call or calls that he hasn't taken today?
Where's your decency, Mr. President? Stop.
Where's your decency, Mr. President? The current president has no decency. Let's listen to the good governor.
Rescind this order. It's illegal and unconstitutional. And I said it. I'll say it again. It's
illegal and unconstitutional. Say it again, Mr. Newsom.
Say to him on that phone call or calls that he hasn't taken today.
Where's your decency, Mr. President? Stop. Rescind this order. It's illegal and unconstitutional. And I said it. I'll say it again. It's immoral. You're creating the conditions that you claim you're solving, and you're not. And you're putting real people's lives at risk. This is a serious moment, and it requires serious leadership. And it's
This is actually, was it last night or the night before last night?
time for you to be a commander-in-chief of the United States of America. And I will have your back if you want to work in a relationship of trust and truth in the spirit of our founding fathers. But you come after poor kids, you come after families, we will do everything in our power to stand up and stand in your way.
The governor is here. He's been in town for quite some time. And tonight, their course. Take a look.
Right now.
Yeah, he can learn something.
What might you say to him if what you weren't able to say to him on that phone call or calls that he hasn't taken today?
Where's your decency, Mr. President? Stop. Rescind this order. It's illegal and unconstitutional. And I said it. I'll say it again. It's immoral. You're creating the conditions that you claim you're solving, and you're not. And you're putting real people's lives at risk. This is a serious moment, and it requires serious leadership. And it's time for you to be a commander-in-chief of the United States of America. And I will have your back if you want to work in a relationship of trust and truth in the spirit of our founding fathers. But you come after poor kids, you come after families, we will do everything in our power to stand up and stand in your way.
Oh, shit. That is, okay, let's see.
I'm inside the Emergency Operations Center run by the County of Los Angeles here with Governor Gavin Newsom. Governor, thanks for joining us live on MSNBC.
Good to be with you.
So this is, as I said, the Emergency Operations Center. Fox News is calling it the LA riots. Is it a peaceful protest? What's happening? What are you seeing?
Well, look, Donald Trump has created the conditions you see on your TV tonight. He's exacerbated the conditions. He's, lit the proverbial match. He's putting fuel on this fire ever since he announced he was taking over the National Guard. An illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act, and we're going to test that theory with a lawsuit tomorrow.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Sorry to interrupt you, but Governor, so that's news. If you're going to sue the administration, tell me a little bit about it. Give us a preview of this lawsuit.
Well, under his executive order, it specifically notes, and under what the DOD did, is they had to coordinate with the governor of the state.
And they did not coordinate with the governor.
They never coordinate with the governor of the state. I've worked with the National Guard. We've deployed the National Guard. We did 3,000+ folks have been doing logistics work and fire recovery work, and they're fighting the fires, the rattlesnake teams. We did the same back in George Floyd. We have no problem working collaboratively.
These officers, they're shorter than the women protesters. I just noticed that.
In a mutual aid system with local law enforcement, but there's a protocol, there's a process. He didn't care about that. And the worst part, he completely lied. He said in a tweet that everything's now safe, everything's fine. Is that the case?
That's right. President Trump, not today's Monday. Oh, we're in Tuesday now. Not Monday, but Sunday morning, before the National Guard arrived, he thanked the National Guard. Stop banging your desk. Thank you. I wasn't conscious of that. Microphone's a little sensitive. All right. Fascist dictator Trump. Yes, indeed. Let me turn on the show comments thing. There we go. Now you can see the comments. Well, you will be over to now. Trump thanked the National Guard for cleaning it up and making it all better before the National Guard got there. And you saw when the National Guard got there, things got worse.
Case, Mr. Trump? He said because he deployed the National Guard. The Guard hadn't even been deployed when he said this. It's Orwellian. Simply lying to people.
And how's he going to back that lie up now? Because things got worse after the National Guard showed up. Thank you, National Guard. Yeah.
Constitutional, illegal act, his mess. We're trying to clean it up.
You're saying that the President of the United States has made the situation on the ground here in Los Angeles less safe. What do you know about immigration enforcement today? Has there been any ICE raids in the city today? Are they coordinating with you on that at all? Are they giving you a heads up?
Of course they're not coordinating. That said, we were told in just a recent briefing just a few minutes ago there was small activity in the county and not in the city proper. But look, you made a point a moment ago. These images are unacceptable. These kids on the car, the folks that are taking advantage of this, these aren't peaceful protesters, a lot of these folks, a lot of great people out there doing the right thing. But you get these insurgent groups coming in, sort of these anarchists that are in there to create real...
There's two parts to that. I'm going to disagree with the governor slightly. I think the time for peace is over. It is a war now between the dictatorship and the people. However, I get his point. Teenagers standing on cars, beating the shit out of the car, lighting on fire. It's not really helping. One, it fuels the right-wing narrative. But there is... How do I put this? There is a plus side. They are keeping ICE and HSI and now the National Guard and the Marines so busy that they're not going after the legal immigrants that they've been kidnapping in recent days. They don't have the manpower because they're too busy fueling protests and then going after the protesters. We've seen this before. Protesters at Kent, you're showing your age. The Vietnam War paid the price for these reactionary policies. How many dead in Ohio? There was a song. Hello, Tyrants Beware. How you doing? I'm gonna push play. I can't remember the number, but yeah, National Guardsmen shot into the crowd, as they've been doing for the last couple of days. Only the last couple of days it's rubber bullets, but they've been shooting into the crowd. In fact, there's one reporter who was not in the crowd, and you can see the police officer shooting right at her. She's not a protester. She's there on the scene reporting on what the protesters are doing, and they shot her in the leg with a non-lethal round. They're they're making it worse.
Real problems. And they're just playing right into Donald Trump's hand. And they need to be called out. They need to be arrested. It is wrong to destroy other people's property, and it is wrong to create the conditions that only exacerbate this. But Donald Trump, at the end of the day, is the sponsor of these conditions.
Let me give you the opportunity. You mentioned that there are people out there causing mischief and mayhem. What's your message to those people who are out there?
Where are the Second Amendment advocates who claim to have guns to protect themselves from a tyrannical government? A lot of the people you're talking about are actually endorsing a tyrannical government. They want a unitary executive. That's polite talk for a dictator. They want it.
Tonight, not the peaceful protesters that are out there protesting for the rights of immigrants, but for the people that are doing damage to buildings, to law enforcement.
Well, they're doing more than damage to buildings and to property. They're potentially damaging the very foundation of our, republic.
Now, as you scan through all the right-wing pro-Trump YouTube sites and other social medias, they're obviously not aware of this interview. They're saying that the governor is telling people to loot and riot and do vandalism and graffiti and pillage and all that. Bullshit. I call them liars. They're not paying attention. They are paying attention to their echo chambers. I'll get to the echo chambers in a minute. Part of the reason for the title of this, 8647, dealing with the soft right wing.
Democracy is in the balance.
Yes.
I mean, you're seeing these authoritarian tendencies that are being acted out by this administration. And we're case in point as it relates to nationalizing, federalizing the National Guard, threatening now to put in Marines. So I hope these people would pause and just consider. Now, some of them, they want that kind of chaos. Some ways they're adjacent to where
he is well on his way, but the people will have the last say. The tree of liberty, manure, it's natural.
Donald Trump is. But the peaceful protesters, we want to keep them safe. We want them to exercise their fundamental rights. We want to keep those that are enforcing the laws in a respectful and responsible way also safe. But Donald Trump needs to pull back. He needs to stand down. Donald Trump is inflaming these conditions. This is Donald Trump's problem right now, and if he can't solve it, we will.
He continues to, as always, hit you hard publicly. Just 10 minutes ago, he put out another Truth Social telling you and the mayor to apologize to the people of Los Angeles. You guys go at it pretty hard publicly, but I know you talk privately. Have you spoken in the last couple of days to the president about any of this?
Yeah, we talked for almost 20 minutes, and this issue never came up.
Never even came up. Trump has said the exact opposite. Time and again, both times Trump's been in office, the common denominator is Trump. Trump has a conference with Ukraine. Two different versions of what was said comes out. Trump has a conversation with the governor and the Secretary of State of Georgia. Two different versions of the conversation come out. We got the recording of one of those conversations. Oh, Trump lied. The leader of Mexico, two different versions. Time and time again, two different versions, and the consistent liar is Trump.
I kept trying to talk about L.A. He wanted to talk about all these other issues. We had a very decent conversation.
When was this?
This was late Friday night, I think about 1:30 plus his time.
After the protests had started here.
After the protests, and he never once brought up the National Guard. He's a stone-cold liar. He said he did. Stone-cold liar. Never did.
These other governors should record those phone conversations. I record all of mine. Might have something to do with the state. I don't know what the state law in California is. I never understood. Former FBI Director Comey had phone conversations with Trump before he was fired, and also two versions of the conversations. In Washington, D.C. and in Virginia, it's perfectly legal for one party to record the conversation. I don't understand why the FBI director was not recording, or even calling into the office, why the phone isn't constantly monitored. Oh, well.
Was a very civil conversation. I've always wanted to approach engagement with the President of the United States in a respectful and responsible way. But there's no working with the president. There's only working for him.
Yep.
And I will never work for Donald Trump.
Amen.
Did
brother.
you mention at all to him in that phone call on Friday night the types of raids that were happening in your state on Friday? You know, there are reports that and video of enforcement operations happening in ways that they haven't traditionally. ICE officers going to Home Depots around Los Angeles and picking off day laborers. Did you bring that up with him?
The conversation started with the frame of what's happening in LA. He immediately pivoted to other interests and other things.
Do you think he was aware of what was happening in Los Angeles?
I think I'm more than aware. And obviously, he was setting this up to take these additional steps.
This was a setup.
And well, I'm not saying he was setting things up. I'm not saying it was a setup. But clearly, they were in the process of moving to these next steps because out of nowhere, just a few hours after that conversation, he moves to pull the trigger under this construct under Title 10, and then
keep that in mind. Title 10, not Title 13. Got a bunch of right-wingers out there quoting Title 13. Trump's order specifically invokes Title 10. Title 10, USC 12406.
Created and exacerbated the conditions that are persisting today.
This is your authority normally to deploy the National Guard here. Right. You did it. We were together after the fires, and those National Guard troops have been out all across Los Angeles working to rebuild and recover this city. How did you find out that the President of the United States was going to usurp your authority and deploy your National Guard here in California?
I got a call from a staffer. No heads up whatsoever. And again, we're here to support local law enforcement. There's a mutual aid process. Local law enforcement had no needs. They were not requesting any additional resources. I've got 100 now. I have 175 CHP officers, technically trained officers, tactical teams to address Donald Trump's mess. We are here to support local law enforcement, the sheriff's office.
By the way, the National Guard being activated under Title 10 is not authorized to conduct law enforcement. His CHP officers and other state authorities should arrest any National Guardsmen trying to enforce laws, whether they're doing it right or wrong.
LAPD, but they didn't need that support. He made this up. This is a manufactured crisis in order to get under the tent to start to stretch credulity and to begin the process of moving inevitably towards a constitutional questioning crisis around posse comitatus. And it's, I think, inevitable. That's where he's going.
Tom Homan, the border czar, said to me yesterday he did not...
Tom, this is the good part. Let me back up 5 seconds. Tom, you're a pussy. Donald Trump, you're a pussy. Let's get to it.
Inevitable. That's where he's going.
Tom Homan, the border czar, said to me yesterday he did not rule out literally arresting you, nor Mayor Bass, if you interfere in his work. He said you hadn't yet.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. But you know...
Bravado talk.
What? Lay your hands off 4-year-old girls that are trying to get educated. Lay your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy.
He has thrown down the gauntlet. Come on, arrest me. And I'm saying the same thing. I'm out there advocating 8647. If you pussies out there, James Stern, think that's a threat, arrest me. If Tom wants to threaten arresting the governor Newsom, do it. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I'm a pussy and a fucking coward. James Stern, the day after the president, the Department of Homeland Security, what's that dress up Barbie doll, all these people were calling for the arrest of James Comey for finding seashells shaped like 8647 for threatening the president's life. I put on an 8647 t-shirt and this very hat, and I went to each and every checkpoint, Secret Service checkpoint around the White House and around the videos on my channel. 8647, and I walk up to each Secret Service checkpoint around the White House and the Department of Treasury. It is you, sir, who don't get behind your, don't get out from behind your keyboard. So piss off. Now, Tom, the border czar, and President Donald Trump both said that this man should be arrested. And this man saying, come on, bring it on, arrest him. I said at the 8647 t-shirt, come on, arrest me. 8647. Listen, James, I'm saying 8647, 8647, 8647. Okay. Get on the phone, call the Secret Service, call Christy Nome, call Blondie. Yeah. Tell them Finkel said 8647 and to arrest him. Okay. Now, James, take a nap.
Guy. You know, I don't give a damn. I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
Tom, arrest me. Let's go. Well, this is 48 hours ago. 24 hours ago, the president said, yes, Newsom should be arrested. Last time I checked, Newsom is not yet arrested. Finkel is not yet arrested. Hell, they've been waiting for over a year for Finkel go to prison. Where is it? Oh, wrong. I'm in the wrong one. Okay. James, your good buddy Kafar. He says, I hope Post Sergeant Finkel goes to prison. I'll wait. Well, motherfucker, you're waiting. You're still waiting. You're going to wait all your life. In fact, your good buddy, your butt buddy, your sweetheart, Michael William Kaiser, he's in prison. All right. James, you don't have any balls because you can't even keep your own bathroom sink clean. I'm sure by now he's cleaned it. You get a little Clorox, maybe hire a maid. By the way, in the description is the link for to come up if anybody wants to come up. James, pussy.
Exception is there's a lot of theatrics happening out there. Mayor Bass told me that she spoke directly to Tom Homan. Has he reached out to you? Have you reached out to him?
No.
No communication whatsoever?
No.
I forgot. You can't afford a computer. You're doing it on your, what they call an Obama phone. I forgot. I'm sorry. You take selfies to the bathroom mirror while your bathroom's trashed. Message of peace. How you doing? Kaiser is getting his. Are you getting yours? Bubba's getting his.
It's direct communication and back and forth with Susie Wiles and with the president in a phone conversation.
There obviously are pockets of violence out there on the streets. How concerning is the violence in Los Angeles tonight? How widespread is it, too? You're monitoring it.
Yeah, we're monitoring. I mean, I think that's self-evident. We're here with LAPD. We're here with Mayor. We're here with the Sheriff Department, my National Guard, that we're still working in command with, and others monitoring the situation in real time, providing whatever resources we possibly need. We're calling out the violence, period, full stop. It's wrong. And we're calling for the President of the United States to rescind his order so that he can clean up his own mess.
Stephen Miller, other people have used the word insurrection about the activity on the streets of Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is just, they're trying to incite violence.
Photo from 3 years ago. It was just this past year that you were using it on a GoFundMe, you grifting piece of shit. Nice try 3 years ago. Maybe the photo is 3 years ago. You used it last year.
They're trying to impose the kind of rhetoric that only makes conditions worse, that quite literally put people's lives at risk. and they're intentionally.
If anybody's forgotten the timeline, step one, ICE raids elementary school graduations, arrests fourth grade girls. Step two, ICE raids a clothing store in the uptown part of whatever you are, you're taking the handouts. You're trailer park trash. Okay, now you made me forget what I was saying. First, I started breaking the law with their bullshit. Next step, people got up and said shame and stood in ICE's way. And then Trump said, "I'm not going to stand for this. You guys can't wear masks. My ICE agents can wear masks, but you guys can't. So we're going to send out the National Guard." Before the National Guard came out, Trump said, "Thank you, National Guard. The problem is fixed." The problem got worse. And now the president, who is a pussy, is getting the Marines to help the National Guard. Only you guys keep bringing up Kaiser because you guys have an infatuation with him. Look, the only reason I mentioned that pussy, because he and your other butt buddy, the guy with the squeezed noggin, what's his name, J.J. Scarborough, they made a big deal about pretending that Kentucky was going to extradite me. In fact, this is a direct Kaiser quote. "Finkel, I know for a fact Kentucky will extradite." For what? For saying something on YouTube. Because like the rest of you, Kaiser is a pussy. James Stern is a pussy. Kafar is a pussy. Donald Trump is a pussy. That other boyfriend of yours, Brick Jonesy, pussy. G-Swag, pussy. Name somebody in your circle. Generally specific, pussy. Pussy, 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 pussy. You're all a bunch of fucking pussies. Are you going to wait for Kaiser till he gets out of jail? I told you so. You called me a liar. You were wrong. Do I get an apology? Nope. I'm waiting, firefighter 936. Okay, let's get back to Mr. Newsom here.
And knowingly doing that.
All of this is about immigration enforcement and the type of
Correction. It's about real estate. Donald Trump is trying to tear down LA for its real estate value. He's got to get rid of all the common people first. He even said with his not Twitter, Truth Social tweet or whatever you call that post, in his rant about sending the National Guard, that the real estate issue has to be dealt with. Real estate. A fraudulent real estate mogul using the National Guard. You already said that. You already said it was 3 years. Yeah, okay. I was going to take that fundraiser for a computer. Yeah. The best fundraiser for a computer, James, get a job. Get a job. Yes, ICE can wear a mask because a lot of them are undercover. A uniform ICE agent is not undercover, you fucking moron. A undercover agent of any kind does not wear a uniform. You fucking imbecile. Geez. You libtards are so fucking lame. Well, this is coming from the right, who have a lot of bravado, but they need their wives and girlfriends to defend them. They need to outnumber people 3-1 before they actually do something from outside behind their keyboards. In fact, you know what? No, I don't have it here. Yeah, all right. Let's give the awards out. Okay, it's time for the award ceremony. Where is it? Let's get desktop. Okay. There we go. Okay. James Stern, you are hereby awarded. Oh, there we go. You're hereby awarded the Keyboard Commando Award. Philip, you are awarded the Keyboard Commando Award. Anybody else out there? Kaiser is disqualified because of his criminal activity. All right. Let's bring this back up and continue.
Well, go ahead. Feel free.
No, I mean, I know. I don't mean even to cut you off. I think it's about something much more. This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power.
That's a very good point there, Vestige of Peace. When the military comes for you, don't you MAGA idiots start crying. You will be next. The MAGA idiots are crying when the tariffs caused them to lose their small businesses. The MAGA idiots started crying when their friends and neighbors got deported. They're having the day they voted for. They're all for it until it happens to them. Says the retard behind the keyboard. Go ahead, Philip. Go ahead and look through my channel and see how little I'm behind the keyboard for my YouTube activity. Seriously. But it's easy for you to talk because you won't look. I'm out there on the streets. Actually, I'm out there on the streets more than. Wait a minute. Are you one of those Todd followers? Kaiser. The first time he left his house in a year, he got arrested. Generally specific. The only time he leaves his house is when he has other people going with him so he can interview people. While the mission is charity work, helping people dig out from under a hurricane, he's out there interviewing people. But he's only doing it when he has friendly faces surrounding him, protecting him. I don't know what camp you're coming from, Philip, but yeah, you a moron. Moron.
This is about ego. My way or the highway. This is a consistent pattern of practice.
Actually, let's go ahead and cover another pussy. All right. I'm going to share screen. All right. Share screen and share screen. Here is a pussy called Matt Morse TV. Philip, you coming from Matt Morse TV? I spent some time today super chatting Matt Morse, red pill, maggot, right-wing imbecile. And I was explaining through super chats because he's got, it's much smaller. He's only got 546 watching now. He had 8,000, so it was really hard for him to see chats. So I would throw $5 or $10 or $20 at him so that he would see the chat. And I would say, I would correct the records because he was saying some outright lies about January 6th, about the summer of love. And I was explaining to him the facts with the $20 super chat. And I was including in parentheses 8647. That pussy right there in the top right-hand corner and the pussies in his chat were saying, he's threatening the president's life. Oh no, we can't. And then he banned me. Of course, I went right around to one of my other channels and sent him another $10 super chat. One, you can't ban me. And two, 8647 is not a threat, you fucking pansies. Matt Morse TV, you're a pansy. For the record, the president's order calling on the National Guard specifically cites 10 USC 124006. 12406. Y'all want to bring that up? You want me to bring that up? All right, let's bring that up. Let's go to the little Google search engine there, and Oh, look, I've been there before. So, house.gov. Oh no, this one. There we go. Gov info. All right. 10 USC, Title 10, United States Code 12406. Shall we bring up the PDF file? Yes, let's bring up the PDF file because we can easily make a PDF file nice and big. Give it a little Viagra. 12406. There, can you read that? Whenever the United States or any of its commonwealths or positions is invaded, or is in danger of invasion by a foreign nation. Okay, I get it. They're trying to claim that a migration is an invasion. All right, we'll play that. We'll give you that. It's not an invasion; it's a migration. But we'll okay. Two, there is a rebellion or danger of rebellion against the authority of the government of the United States. There wasn't. There is now. But what is now is because you called out the National Guard illegally. And I'm about to get to the reason why it's illegal. 3, the president is unable, with the regular forces, to execute the laws of the United States. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Right there, by invoking this law to deploy National Guard, President Trump is admitting, hey guys, I'm a pussy. I can't do the job. I can't command in chief. I can't be the chief executive and get my regular forces to do their regular jobs. So I have to call on the California weekend warriors. Okay, well, the president may call into federal service members and units of the National Guard of any state in such numbers as he considers necessary. By the way, the United States Marines from Camp Pendleton are not National Guard. They are federal forces. What are the thoughts of the channel Speak the Truth? Of the channel I just, this moron here? He's a fucking moron. All right, let me go back to the U.S. Code 1246 that the president evokes. Okay. Or execute those laws. Orders for these purposes shall be issued. Oh, wait a minute. I can't read that. Shall be issued. What does that say? Through the governors. Oh, fuck me running. He violated the law. He violated the very law that he quoted in doing. 10 USC. This is what he signed. I hereby call into federal service members and units of the National Guard under 10 USC 12406 to protect ICE, because ICE are pussies. And he's supposed to go through the governors when he invokes this particular law. Donald Trump, this was tried during the 1964 civil rights bullshit, and that president lost. Okay. Where was I? All right. Oh, yeah. Here's Mr. Trump talking about. All right. Anyway, let's go back as we can see the rights. This guy is like some other right-wing YouTubers. They will see something right in front of them and interpret it completely different from what it is. The other day, this guy watched a ICE agent walk into a guy was holding a Mexican flag, and the cloth parts kind of flapping in the breeze, and the ICE agent walked right into the flapping cloth, and he paused it and he panicked. He says, "Holy shit! That protesters just beat him with the flagpole." They're incapable of seeing reality. And by the way, down here in the lower left, it's just waving there. That's not a Mexican flag. That is a souvenir flag that's half Mexican, half U.S. That's what he's using to say this. Oh, there's some Mexican flags over here. The Mexican flags, some of them are actual Mexican flags. They're being used to troll you, and it's working. By the way, if anybody wants to come up and talk about it, the link is in the description of this very live stream. Also, I'll plug it into the chat too. Newsom, yeah, Newsom is more popular than President Trump right now, because Newsom stood up to Trump, and Taco Trump always cowards out. Taco. Trump said Newsom should be arrested. The border czar said Newsom should be arrested. Newsom is not yet arrested. They have the manpower there to arrest him. You first, Harry. What did Harry say? Who's Harry? You first, Harry. Pin the link. I don't want to go over. Well, I guess I could. Yeah. Nag. Which chat are you in? It's also it is, I guess, kind of pinned. It's pinned in the description. But you're gonna make me work hard for it. Okay. Your videos. Okay. Lives. Oh, who is it saying I don't get behind my keyboard? This is me confronting cops. This is me confronting a guy who locked and loaded. I'm a keyboard commando. Okay. This is another cop who said he was going to arrest me. Yeah. These are two cops who tried to ID me. No. Yeah. I'm a keyboard commando. Okay. I'm supposed to be pinning the link. Okay. In my main channel, he said, go back. Said, go back to Mexico. So I told him, go back to Mexico. Are you from Mexico, Ty? You don't seem very Mexican to me. I don't know. All right. Pin. I pin you. Okay, let's go back to premium and let's change to, I am broadcasting the Chew channels. I need to talk to you right now. Oh, Jesus needs to talk to me. Oh boy. This girl tribe chick, she's a trip too. Very trippy people on the right. Very, very trippy. Holman also did a take back yesterday. They're pussies, Wyatt. The right wing are pussies. All right. Now, live. Okay, and live. There's probably a quicker way to do it. It's in the description of the links in the description, but okay. Not very many people over here on the Finkel Dunking channel, but it is pinned. Pinned, I tell you. All right. Oh, that's a handsome face. Okay. All right. Let's close some of these windows. Weenders. All right. Through the governors. I'm glad it came back to this. At no point did the President of the United States invoking this law go through the governor. Nope. So is this a socialist channel? If you mean, is it free? Yes, you cannot super chat me. In no way, shape, or form do the people of the chat give me money. So I guess if that's what you call socialism, sure, it's socialist. All right. Says the guy who only confronts officials behind a camera. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This protects me. Oop, I blocked that punch. Oop, blocked that bullet. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, you moron. All right. Clarity. Clarity Act provides for it. I don't know what you're talking about there. By the way, Finkel, I do have a job. Did Wendy's hire you? I heard they were short on fry guys. Okay. James got I confuse you with Michael Kaiser. You have a job. Very, very good. Very good for you. Okay. Fries, burgers. What exactly are you doing now? Okay. All right. Look at this blowhard. Do we want to listen to this? I don't want to listen to this blowhard. You guys want to listen to it? Don't you have a bathroom to clean? Yeah, your job is to clean that bathroom. All right. All right. James is starting to move up in the world. I'm impressed. Hopefully, he's not a janitor. I think they saw that picture on his resume and he's disqualified as a janitor. All right, Finkel, you have no balls to approach anyone you insult in person. Huh. That hurts, Michael. James, why do I keep calling you Michael? All right. Dun, 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 dun. Not that I have to prove myself to RBC like James Stern, but I'm going to demonstrate. I have no balls to approach anyone you insult in person. All right. Perez. Our Bobby Perez. All right. Oh, wait. Remove. Remove. I got to present it as a tab. All right. Present. Share screen. Share screen. All right. And which is one called? Mitri. You tree. We all tree. All right. Yeah. Sorry, you guys can't see that because I'm a moron. All right. In my defense, I don't intend to be a moron. In James's, James, are you missing out on this? Okay. Might give you a hint that I know what I'm doing. I'm insulting this guy. How much of your day? You're a project manager. How much project time are you missing out on? You should get to... Now, if my name was James Stern, I wouldn't stand there and heckle him after he harassed me. I'd be walking away. But I'm not James Stern. I'm David Finkel. To work.
You gotta shut your fucking mouth. What you want to do?
That is not nice language.
That's what you ought to do. Shut your fucking mouth. While you're ahead.
How would you suggest I shut my mouth?
By shutting it. Just shut your mouth.
By self-will or by force of your dumb ass? Or you didn't like that. How would you suggest that I stop?
Would you like me to take you on?
All right. Get to work. But I'm a keyboard commando. I won't approach anybody that I insult. I award myself the Keyboard Commando Award. All right. Agreed. You might be a moron. Nah, it's no might. I am a moron. Now what? Okay, I'm a moron. Deal with it. Why even waste time and breath on this Stern person? They are definitely not well. You got a good point. I shouldn't pick on the are unwell. Jellyfish, thank you for setting me straight on that. James, I forgive you. Now shut the fuck up. Okay. Well, the link, if anybody wants to come up and talk about any of this stuff, is in the chat. It's pinned. It's in the description. And do I want to share screen? Do I want to share my entire screen? Okay. Do we want to talk about the law anymore? Do we want to talk about what pussies Trumpansies are? I guess I have to remove that one first. There we go. Like I said, you only do it behind the camera. What, like, is the camera protecting me? Is it like a bulletproof camera? Does it deflect punches? I don't know. Okay. All right. I'm not wasting more time on you. Really, then maybe you should try calling there and see if I work there. By the way, my name is Josh. Oh, James is doing the Michael. See, why do we invoke Michael Kaiser? Because after he's been in jail for 5 months, you're still repeating his lies of a year ago. A year ago. More than a year ago. All right. All right. Did you miss the live stream where I revealed myself and gave out my real name? I did. I missed it. 13 minutes ago on Fox News YouTube, President Donald Trump suggested he would be willing to arrest California Governor Gavin Newsom if his administration obstructs ICE operations and riots in LA. Well, as he said, he looked right into the camera expecting Tom and Trump to be watching. Come arrest me. Leave the little girls alone and arrest me. At least you admit it, Finkel. I don't know. I'm behind, so I don't know what I just admitted to. The taco isn't going to arrest anybody. Nobody of consequence. All right. Hey, Carrie. It's not going to happen. All right. Tyrants, howdy. Oh, okay. We have some. I was just sharing what I found. Yeah, yes. Well, we're very aware of the threats of arrest and the non-effort to actually make the arrest. It's bravado. It's just talking shit. And so this is so stupid. How low tier? Low tier. That's why you're here, right? Okay. Do you think Trump is going to take away freedom of speech? He already has. He already has. Okay. Nico Bander, Trump rules gay people. Okay. All right. As who said it? Somebody said this is so low tier. Harry Lugnut. Harry Lugnut says this is low tier. So unless somebody comes up here and makes it high tier, I might just have to shut it down because it's 12:49 in the AM. Do you think Trump is going to? Yeah, he already has. Trump rules. Okay. Hey, Trump and Homan had balls. They would go to LA to do it. Or they'd at least send their pussies in uniform to do it. I'm gone, idiots. Well, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord spit you. All right. Harry, why don't you keep your mind in Canada since that's where you live? Oh, a Canuck. Well, it's no problem, but why are these right-wing Canadians such experts on American current events? Okay. All right. Mr. Carey, hey there. And Terrence Beware, he's an equal opportunity hater. All right. Well, yeah. All right. I give it a few more minutes if anybody wants to jump up and defend Trump or join me in trashing Trump. This is a fuck Trump channel. And if you don't like that, well, it's an opportunity for you to learn how to cope. In case you're one of those. All right. And Muxer of the Just variety likes. Oh, you like this? I kind of like it too. I wish it was a bigger font. I would like it to be a bigger font. If anybody can find me a fuck Trump hat with a bigger font, I would be very much interested in that. Maybe I have to go to SE. I would come up, but I got to get to bed, and I don't have my AI software anymore to mask my face. Oh, well, you can always, you can always do this. Wait, that's my face. All right. I can't hide my face of my face. Ooh, I can hide. I'm just being goofy now. Edit avatar. Oh, I have a few faces. Oh, yeah. Yeah. James, you still there? You like this one, don't you? Hey, James. So how has Trump taken away anyone's First Amendment? You can't protest. You can't stand in the street and opine for Palestine or for Israel or for immigrants. These are versions of freedom of speech, and Trump has very much tried to take him away. And of course, he fails. People are going to say what they want to say, but he's punishing them for it. He's trying to take away the freedom of speech. If you don't know that, you're not paying attention. And Message of Peace says, just Muxer, I have been sitting here pre-stalking you. I knew you would be here. Good evening. All right. Do you like that one? Do you like that avatar? Guess where I stole it from there, James. All right. Edit avatar. All right. This is one of my favorites. Okay. I got a bunch here. James, you remember those days? Or those days? No, you're one of these, right? Okay. All right. Let me go back to my favorite and done. Oh shit! Hello there, Muxer of the Just variety.
How's my audio?
Hmm?
How's my audio?
It sounds like your audio's okay, but your voice sounds a little rough. You having an issue with your voice?
I think the heat does that to me.
Muxers and heat, guys. Ladies, watch out. All right.
So what are we talking about?
I was talking about Trump, but James and Lugnut were having a hard time with it. I've run out of things to say about Trump and the protests and the National Guard. I didn't cover the Marines much, which it's illegal to call the Marines into action there. It's also illegal to use the Guard the way he's using the Guard. Run for the hills.
You see the picture of the National Guard sleeping on a kitchen floor because they didn't make any arrangements for him?
I didn't see that, but that's kind of what I expected. Yeah. Keep in mind, these guys, they bivouac, they sleep in garage floors. They, when it's time to sleep, they're going to sleep.
My power just blinked off.
Oh.
Went off for about 3 seconds.
Oh. So you were 3 seconds short on your electric bill. Okay. Apparently 700 Marines have been sent to LA now. Yep, totally 100% illegal. If they're going to do anything like law enforcement or riot control. Posse. My Latin sucks.
Oh my goddess.
Thank you. Oh my goddess. Posse. Oh my goddess. So what gets you up at 12:54 in the AM?
I just got done watching the first season of Andor, so I can watch the second season because I couldn't really remember the first season.
Oh, I have watched no seasons of, what is it, Andor?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars spinoff.
Oh, I'm way behind on my side. I watched the first 3 movies when they were considered 3 movies. They've renumbered them.
This is the TV series they've been doing.
Oh, okay.
Like they did The Mandalorian. That was a good one.
The Constitution doesn't protect threats, rioting, intimidation, arson, no.
No, what the Constitution does is lets the president pardon all those traitors after they attack the Capitol building to try to overthrow the government.
Well said, yes. The violent attackers of the Capitol building on January 6, 2021. I got a lot of them on film, on digital, yeah. They're not constitutionally protected until the president pardoned them. The Constitution does protect your right to carry a Mexican flag or Palestinian flag or Israeli flag or gay pride flag or thin blue line flag. You're allowed to do that. The Constitution allows you to gather in crowds and redress grievances. The Constitution does not allow you to arrest 4th grade girls at their elementary school graduation when they're citizens. There's nothing illegal about graduating from elementary school, you fucking moron.
So as I was wandering in, did I hear somebody say something about they had no idea how Trump was violating people's First Amendment?
That was Stern of the James variety.
I guess he didn't hear about them arresting students here on legal visa just because they were on the wrong side of a protest.
They said something.
And they weren't protesting against this government either.
No.
They were protesting against Israel, but that bothered Trump enough that, they had to arrest her.
Yeah. Hell, he called for James Comey's arrest because he took a picture of some seashells shaped like 8647. No one came to arrest him because there's no crime in that. It's a freedom of expression. But Trump tried. ABC News, 700 Marines deployed to Los Angeles amid ongoing ICE protests. Yeah, unless they're going there for KP, this is illegal.
Didn't I see something too about them, the National Guard accidentally injuring some reporters?
It was ICE. But yeah,
Yeah, that figures.
there was an Australian reporter on the street away from any other people. It's not like they shot in the crowd and missed the person there. They shot directly at her. And all she's doing is reporting the news. They're making the news, and they made more news by shooting her. I wonder if I can find that.
I saw something else today too. Trump's statement about how we're not going to allow this and we're not going to allow that, and you'll get arrested if you're at the protest wearing a mask. So shouldn't they start hauling in all those ICE thugs?
You can't wear a mask. All right. I'm going to add this to the stage. This young lady is here, and there's people walking by, but it's not like she's in a crowd. She's not throwing bricks, burning cars, shitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Let's watch.
Okay, I can't hear it. I don't know if it's just.
Now these guys in the black uniforms, they're either ICE or HSI. Pardon?
I didn't hear anything.
You still there?
Yeah, did I
Oh,
disappear?
you can't hear her?
No.
Oh, you're there now. Can you hear me? If I count to 5, 1, 2. Okay, all right. I'm going to push play. Now, these folks in the black uniforms, they're not National Guard. I don't know if they're HSI or they're ICE. I think they're ICE. But
Does chat have audio?
this guy? No. Somebody said they saw the guy aim right at her. Pardon? You guys can't hear it?
Does chat have audio? Because I'm not hearing it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it might be.
Could be just me.
Mistake.
Carrie says they're not hearing it either.
Okay.
So
let me try.
While you're fixing that, let me ask James another
Mm-hmm.
question, because I saw him mention something there about them children being here illegal. Tell me this, you stupid fucking son of a bitch baghead. How do you know they're here illegally if you don't give them due process when you just grab people off the street and throw them on a fucking plane? I just thought I'd ask that.
It's a good question. In fact, some of those children are born in the United States, and according to the Constitution, that means they're an American citizen.
Yep.
All right. Like the 11th grader, arrested, kidnapped on his way to volleyball practice. He was born. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me step back. He wasn't born in the United States, but these little girls in elementary schools in LA, they were. All right. Let's see. This lady gets shot in the leg with a rubber bullet.
Moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
Yeah, right there. That guy right there aimed right at her and shot her. She's not doing anything.
The heart of LA.
Well, she was obviously dangerous.
Yeah. That pig, I don't usually assign the word pig to police officers. That pig deliberately shot this person who's doing absolutely nothing wrong. And when now, luckily she's from Australia, so her family member, but let's say you're her husband, her father, her kid, anybody who's related to her. If you see that, what is a natural human reaction to that? That was totally uncalled for. Let's slow it down a little bit. Playback speed. 25%. All right. This might make good for good shorts.
Through the heart of LA.
This guy right here. Aims right at her. Yep.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, because it wasn't even like there were other people around her that he thought was about to throw a brick or something.
In fact, I see that the other people in her vicinity are reporters.
Yep.
I don't know what this guy is. But
of course, that is not the kind of thing that a dictator would do. That is not the kind of thing fascists do, is go out and attack reporters.
Yep. It's okay. He sees her. He's close enough that he can hear her. He's close enough that it's just an easy shot.
Oh my fucking God, James, you are so goddamn stupid. You totally missed the point. You don't get due process when you enter the U.S. illegally. How do you know they came in illegally if you don't give them due process? Plus, according to the Constitution, that doesn't say a citizen. If you're in this country, you get due process. You get the same rights we do. But you're so fucking stupid. It's like Vestige said. You believed everything Kaiser said. Obviously, you're going to believe another moron like Trump. Holy fuck, what's the matter with you people? And he actually thinks he's making a point. He's sitting there going, "Oh, I got him now." He can't deny this logic. Oh my fucking God.
Do you know who the Constitution says gets due process? Any human being in the country. If they're here legally, if they're here illegally, if they're a citizen, if they're a fucking spy, if they're an enemy combatant, they get due process. All right. Only if you were born. No. If you are a person,
dumb fucking shit.
Get your fucking dictionary and look up the word person. The Constitution applies this right to persons. All right, we got to stop reacting to him. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's intentionally.
Yeah,
I call them RBCs, retard by choice. I don't like the word retard, so I'm just RBC.
I was wondering what RBC meant.
Yeah, it's retard by choice. He's not suffering from Down syndrome. He's not suffering from actual mental retardation. He sees facts and he deliberately chooses to interpret them wrong. He is a fucking moron. Intentionally moron. And
James, if you look around the chat right now, you'll see at least two other people that were smart enough to see through Kaiser.
Yeah.
They were there and they said, "No, this is a bunch of bullshit." You obviously were never smart enough. I got to calm. Let me ask you this. I'll totally change the subject to calm down a second, because I was wondering about this today. I was seeing something about food. Do you have any idea what's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea?
I don't know. All I know is I don't like the taste of lentil soup.
No, the answer is I would never pay $100 to have a lentil on me.
I don't get it.
Think about it.
I'll never pay $100 to have it.
You'll be late.
Okay. Vestige of Peace got it. Okay. All right. Let us watch this poor lady get intentionally shot by this piece of shit of a human being right here. You can't see my pointer. The guy behind the white pylon.
Is that LAPD?
I really can't tell.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Whatever he is, it's a deliberate shot.
Through the heart of LA.
Yep. That's fucked up. Actually, I've never played. Shame on me. I've never played it all the way through to see if she's. Yeah, I'm sure she's okay. But
You okay?
I'm good. Where did it hit you? Just my leg. I'm good.
Fascists! Report that they're fascists! You're okay. You're not okay. Hurt. Fascists!
all right. We never
The
saw her
chaos
again.
unfolding in LA is sending shockwaves across the globe. A very own US correspondent.
Okay. Yeah. And that's caught on camera. How many times is shit like that not getting caught on camera?
Yeah.
Why are these people so pissed off? How many times did that happen to someone even younger? So, someone who's not a protester, not a looter, not a rioter. She's not shitting on property. She's not committing graffiti. She's not beating up cops. She's reporting. How many, I don't know, kids are on the way to their summer jobs? How many? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, though, the thing is, she's Australian, and I have it on good authority that she has no fucking rights because she wasn't born here.
Oh, I haven't seen her in a while. Where's our resident Aussie to defend herself? Kendo, are fireworks explosive devices? That's a stupid question. Yeah, fireworks are explosive devices. Have you never been to a 4th of July? Wait a minute. Are you? Have you ever been to a 4th of July celebration? They go boom, 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 boom.
I wonder if there's some point here that people had fireworks there or something, and it's, I don't know.
Sounds like a leading question.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Yes, fireworks are explosive devices.
So you wait then for the follow-up of, well, then all those people that were carrying sparklers should be arrested or something, you know.
I'd rather set off a firecracker than shoot somebody with a rubber bullet. I don't know. And Alan says, good evening, Vestiges of Peace. Hey, we saw her first. All right. Hey, RBC James, maybe you should get it through your head. If they step foot on this land, they get due process. Yes, illegals born here. Illegals born here?
Okay. Sorry. Oxymoron alert.
Illegals born here.
Or just moron alert. Illegals born here. That is actually the stupidest thing you've said tonight, Jimbo. First of all, I don't really like the term illegal, but you can't be both. You cannot be illegal and be born here, because if you're born here, you are a U.S. fucking citizen.
James, I understand you were a Navy veteran. Didn't your petty officers tell you that when you paint the haze gray paint, you're supposed to wear a respirator? All right. Illegals born here. Oh, that's like Kaiser saying homophobic butt buddies. All right.
Wait. What was that last part he said there too? Oh, if you don't come here legally. I thought it said if you come here legally, you don't become a citizen.
If you're born here, you're a citizen, period. Boom.
And you know what? People that did come here undocumented have found the path to citizenship, because you know what, James, I don't know if you're a religious person, but so many of you stupid, right-wing, conservative, MAGA boneheads claim to be Christians, and you love to say this is a Christian country, and yet, what the fuck would Jesus say about these people? Just asking.
He'd say, "What the fuck, dude?" So I get where Kendall's going now. So if the protesters throwing them at police does not constitute deadly force because they're explosive, well, what level of explosive? What level of fireworks are we talking
That's the
about?
same thing I was thinking. A firecracker is not really deadly, although you could put an eye out, according to mothers all over the world.
About a year and a half ago, wasn't a cop attacked by an acorn? I've been hit. I've been hit. Oh, we laughed about that for weeks.
I think you'd have to get up to at least an M1000 to get, an M80 would hurt, but it wouldn't be deadly unless, by some really odd chance.
I think I understand the premise. If I throw an M80 at a cop and it blows up in his face, does that give the cop the right to unalive me? I would say it'd be a self-defensive move.
I would think it would be an armed attack.
But someone holding a microphone talking to a camera doesn't constitute a firework or an explosive device or anything. So I'm not really sure. He may have actually sniffed the diesel fuel in those ships too much. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if he was exposed to something because, boy, yeah. You want to know why I know many of them do not come here to the U.S. illegally across the border and don't ever apply for citizenship because I was stationed down at the California-Mexican border.
Well, then, goddamn, you know it all.
James, you know as well as I do. American sailors would take Liberty weekends and go to Tijuana without going through a border checkpoint. And they'd come back without going through a border checkpoint. Yeah, it's a porous border. What is your point?
Here's another thing.
The people they are arresting who are not fully citizens yet at the courthouses. When ICE comes to a courthouse at immigration court and arrests somebody who's going through the immigration process, they were allowed legally into the country to process for citizenship. You get it? You didn't inhale too many haze gray paint fumes, did you? All right.
Here's another one for you to ponder, James, because I'm sure you also think that they're here. You're probably one of those people that thinks they're here getting welfare and all that, and they're a leech on our society. And if that is true, if they're just a bunch of bums coming here to get what they can for free, why does ICE keep raiding workplaces? Why do they go into the IRS records to find people?
He's bragging that he's literally watched illegal aliens cross the border. People cross the border all the time for whatever reasons, including United States sailors, United States Marines. If you're stationed in San Diego for any amount of time, you know damn well that we did it, they do it. Do they come across for a day to go shopping or to visit a family member who immigrated? Or are they illegally smuggling, breaking in and living in the United States long term? If you've watched hundreds, you don't know who's who. You see, okay, a man came across.
I love the fact that he has this little bit of experience.
Yeah.
And so now he's an expert. When I was living in San Diego, I saw people that I knew snuck across the border. And so up until the Trump administration, that doesn't mean that I would be qualified to be Homeland Secretary. I mean, now anybody can be in the administration, but I mean, I would never call myself an expert on immigration because I saw guys hiding in a ditch until the bus came, and so it's like, oh yeah, I know all about them now.
There are Christians there's four kinds of Christians when it comes to rapture. There are Christians who don't believe in a literal rapture. There are Christians who believe in a rapture before the 7 years of tribulation. There are Christians who believe in the rapture after the 7 years of tribulation. And there are Christians who believe in the rapture halfway through the 7 years of tribulation. So yeah, I don't really know which Christians I'm talking about.
I just saw this. Let me make sure I read it correctly. Not if they come here illegally and do not follow the laws by coming here the legal way and avoid being undocumented.
One more time, James. I will speak slow to give you a chance to understand. Many of the people that ICE is arresting and detaining, they're going to the immigration courts where they are following the legally prescribed process of becoming citizens or permanent residents or even temporary residents. They were allowed to go ahead.
That's not the part I'm laughing at, though.
Yeah.
He says they're illegal, they don't follow the laws, they didn't come the legal way, and they avoid being undocumented. They are avoiding being undocumented.
That's like if you're born, if you're an illegal born here, if you're a homophobic butt buddy. Michael.
But you know, I just thought of a drop that we need. It would fit here perfectly. Samuel L. Jackson. English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
I used to have it, but I don't. I think when I lost my, we'll just James.
Are you mad? Are you bothered? Just a little? You seem mad.
He does.
James, you do not understand the fucking laws whatsoever. You're full of shit. Any child that is born here by parents who have come here legally, they are citizens. Their parents are not. You do not separate them. Anyway, the parents do not have to come here legally. Anybody who is born here is a U.S. citizen. Anybody who is born to a U.S. citizen is a U.S. citizen. You can be living in France and you have a child. You go to the embassy and you get an American birth certificate for that child. James, this is the thing, and this is why I got to start ignoring you, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You can't have a debate with somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's great to have an argument, a debate with somebody who disagrees, but if you just don't know the facts of what you're disagreeing on, just go die in a fire, you stupid son of a bitch.
He thinks you're struggling because he's inspired some anger, some wrath. So let's do it the easy way. Let us read from the Holy Word, the United States Constitution, Amendment number 14. Follow me, James. Follow me. This is in English, and it's printed. It's not calligraphied. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are what? What's that word right there, James? What's that word right there? Citizens of the United States. All persons born are citizens. What are your questions? Hello, Mr. Scotto. That's not Scotto. There's Scotto. And Ellen. Okay, it's like.
Oh, sure. Scotto comes in. There's 25 people here or whatever, 10 people, whatever there is. I mean, you're here, but more importantly, I'm here. And Scotto comes in. It's like, hello, vestige of peace. Yeah, you know, fuck you, Scotto.
Okay. Anytime we went to Tijuana, we went through the checkpoint to go in and come back. Maybe you did, but you know, if you have an ounce of integrity, you know that many of your shipmates, many of our comrades in the Marine Corps did not. We went without using the checkpoint. Okay. Wyatt, check it for what? Okay. Finkel. Yeah, I didn't paint anything. I wasn't a bosun's mate. Okay, now that makes me question if you were even a sailor.
I think he was the guy that would shovel coal into the furnace.
Yeah. If he thinks you have to be a bosun's mate to push a paintbrush, a paint roller, a paint gun, I don't think you fully understand that every enlisted sailor at some point or another paints. Every enlisted sailor at some point or another chips paint. Every enlisted sailor at some point or another either swabs or mops a deck. You don't have to be a boatswain's mate. Okay. And Scotto is laughing at Muxter. He's not laughing at me. All right. James, if you had to ask, you're this goddamn stupid and arrogant. Yeah. I'll read it to you one more time. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. There's no such thing as an illegal being born in the United States. Are you having any more problems with the English language here? Okay. Let me see. What's this? Well, ICE keeps reading businesses that
we'll give him that one. That was obviously supposed to be rating.
The typo. Okay. Well, ICE keeps raiding businesses that employ illegal aliens. Not always. Here's one of the problems with them going into the restaurant where the crowd said, shame, shame. It wasn't ICE, it was HSI, and they were backing out in fear. Nobody, absolutely zero personnel at the restaurant were illegal immigrants. They made no arrests that day. They detained no immigrants, illegal or legal, because everybody at the restaurant was legally there. What they did was assumed, like you do, assumed that because a lot of the employees were Latino, that surely they would catch one or two illegals there. They caught zero because they're not doing due process in investigating these things. They're just raiding places that they think we'll catch somebody here, right? Right? We'll catch somebody here. In fact, if we're not sure, we'll detain them until they prove that they're a citizen. Yeah.
Here's another little factoid that you won't believe, James, but a lot of those undocumented workers are paying, as mentioned earlier, the IRS, and also paying into Social Security. They paid billions of dollars into Social Security that they will never be able to collect.
Right. Well, you and I won't be able to collect because Trump's about to make Social Security go broke. Well, I can't blame that entirely on Trump. Several administrations have been fucking that up for decades. All right. Under that logic, Donald Trump needs to be put in jail for employing illegal aliens. That's a very good point. He is a very large historical employer of illegal aliens. Of course, he prefers the illegal aliens because they don't fight very hard in court when he fails to pay them the contracted price. James, are you going to take work in a factory or a restaurant? He just got promoted to fry guy, Wyatt. Come on, let him get used to that job first. I just stated I seen in my fair share. Okay, and no one's
English motherfuckers.
People come in and go out illegally. What is your point? I've seen.
Can I mention a little while back? I didn't bother saying anything at the time, but James said, "I know more than you." Maybe about some things, James, but obviously not English grammar. I just stated I seen my fair share of illegal aliens crossing. Yeah, I seen.
I don't know if he knows more than me, but I know that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to this jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. Citizens.
I will say that James probably knows more about wandering around an aircraft carrier than I do. Other than that, I doubt if he knows another fucking thing more than I do.
There.
Well, except for sucking orange sticks.
All right. Do you you do not get due process upon illegally entering? Yes, you do. Well, I'm sorry. The Constitution says you do. We know that Trump and James and several people in James's circle don't follow the Constitution, even though James, I'll remind you, you swore an oath to the Constitution if you're really a Navy veteran. Yeah. Are you an oath breaker? Are you not a man of your word? All right. Let me see.
And again, I keep saying this, but how do you know they are undocumented unless you have due process? And investigate that instead of just throwing them in a truck and then throwing them on a plane.
Oh, do you remember that kid who stole my iPhone?
Yeah.
When I was what happened right here? I was recording with my glasses as he was being a jackwagon, and I said, "I'm recording you," and then I pulled my phone out. He grabbed my phone and ran because he thought I was recording him with the phone. His girlfriend and his buddy, the snake oil salesman, both said that he was Puerto Rican, and on those forums I hang out in, they kept saying, "Why'd you let that illegal immigrant get away with that?" I'm like, "He's not an illegal immigrant. He's a Puerto Rican. He's a criminal. He stole my phone. He's a Latino. No, he's Puerto Rican. He's an American citizen." And they swear up and down that Puerto Ricans are not born in the United States and therefore are not citizens. You have no idea what you're talking about. I have a pretty good idea.
I think that was a typo again. I think for you, he meant to put I.
Oh, okay, yeah. I understand. Yeah. Okay, let me read it again. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, fair enough. And to answer a previous question, I'm not religious. Did someone say he was religious? Someone in chat?
I mentioned it before about that. I didn't know if he was a Christian, but because so many of those people on that side are fake Christians.
There are a lot of fake Christians over there. Yeah. Anyway, it is an open panel. The link is pinned in both chats. The link is also in the description of the live stream, and it's easier to talk to someone than read their. I'm an old man. It's hard for me to read. Unless you do in caps lock. Nope, I qualified with if. Oh, okay.
My eyes have been getting bad lately. I always have to lean forward to read them.
Trump is yeah. I don't know who Nerdy's talking about, but I'm going to assume Trump is a pussy, and so are the people who, when they hear me say 8647, panic and think that I'm threatening somebody's life. Yeah, pussies. Usually right wingers. I didn't hear anybody complain that Biden's life was threatened when they're selling all those 8646 t-shirts, hats, buttons, bumper stickers.
I didn't hear the right wing think that it was disgusting when people hung Obama in effigy. But all of a sudden, if you use a bad word about Trump, you're like a traitor.
Yeah. That's exactly what I've been saying. The child born here is a citizen. Oh, okay. We have educated you, because that's not what you were saying earlier. The parents don't automatically become. Well, that's true.
Nobody said they do, but earlier you kept saying that the children were not legal.
Yeah, if you're born here illegally, is what you said. Oh God, this chat is long. Like my Johnson. All right.
By the way, and I could be wrong. Maybe James isn't the MAGA head. Maybe he's just stupid. But you always wonder, these people are so anti-immigrant.
Yeah, there it is.
hear him talk about, melanoma.
Yes,
Yeah.
illegals born here automatically
You
become.
can't be an illegal born here.
Yeah, maybe his problem's articulation. He
How
doesn't
about
articulate.
an immigrant born here?
Yeah,
But that's not even that. It's just a person that's born here. Any person that's born here. If you're born here, you're not illegal. You're not undocumented. You're not an immigrant. You're just an American.
all right. One more time. I lost it. Did it come here illegally? Watch. All right, you dumb shit. Yeah, you made absolutely no sense. Illegals born here.
Which is just a stupid sentence. Once again, James, who's smarter than I am?
I'm reading it right. You're saying an illegal born here, which is a contradiction. It's a paradox. It's an oxymoron. I'm oxy and you're moronic. And yes, you did say automatically become citizens, but they weren't illegal in the first place. A baby born in the United States is not an illegal. A baby born in the United States is a what? Citizen. But yet they become citizens. No, they're born citizens. The moment you're born in the United States, you are a citizen.
And I didn't see anybody claiming that the parents automatically become citizens.
No, I've never seen that. I mean, there were hopes. For a while, the controversy was anchor babies. People would come here so the baby could be born, and then they thought they could stay. But I think most Americans, left and right, knew that wasn't really a legal thing. That's what you. Okay, so he is a non-Dem. That's fine. That's what you Dems claim that they pay. But they do pay taxes. Jesus Christ. They pay taxes. They don't draw Social Security or unemployment. They pay into the system, but they don't get out from the system. I heard one of these MAGA YouTube posts say that illegal immigrants are getting more on their SNAP cards than citizens do. I'm like, oh. Yeah. Of course, I'd look up what a SNAP card was. Oath breakers get no leniency. Straight trash. Speaking of oath breakers, I was kind of wondering if Ashley Babbitt was in LA today. Maybe she could solve all the problems. Just saying. That was mean, wasn't it? That was mean. I forgot. I can do this. I can go to Think. And I can do this.
I hope old Sarge Finkel goes to prison. I'll wait.
Yeah. Do we have any other good ones and other ones? Recovery, Finky and Friends. Okay. All right. Yeah, Rachel's the only one I want to keep here. Oh, yeah. And where's Nikki?
In bed.
Because we could use this one on her.
She's been in a bad mood for about 45 years now, I guess.
All right. Okay.
I gotta say I stand corrected here.
Yeah.
James is obviously a well-educated and well-read man, because in the Navy he was an aviation mechanic or whatever it is, and after that he worked in warehouses and in chicken processing plants. So the man is obviously a big brain. I mean, you've got to be well educated to pluck a chicken,
Well, you say things like, I never painted because I wasn't a bosun mate. Honestly, I believe you did serve. You did enlist, like some other people we know. But I don't think you were very good at it. I don't think you were aware of your surroundings. To make comments like, I never painted, I wasn't a bosun mate, or I drove the ship. I drove the aircraft carrier. That's a KFAR one. Or I got 3 combat tours and 2 Purple Hearts. That's Kaiser. I was an E5P, but never went to a promotion board. Yeah. Uh, that's how you come across. All those people at least went to basic training, but none of them are very bright. And they don't get a free pass just because they have a veteran status.
And I actually, I believe what he says about what he did in the Navy and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm just thinking, if the Navy trained you to be an aircraft mechanic, I don't think he said mechanic, it was something, an aircraft technician of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell would you end up in a chicken plant? I mean, how do you not have a skill that can be used in the civilian world?
I would suggest that maybe he just went to the A school, or maybe struck out. What they call it, on the job training. You come in as a basic non-rated seaman, and you get on the job training. And he probably never made it any higher than E4. No shame in that, but he never really. I was a sonar technician. I came in to sonar A school, and I went to the fleet. And the next training I had in sonar was operations school for the 23 pair. I wasn't able to tear apart the equipment and get in there with a soldering gun and change out components. I would operate the sonar. I would do very low level maintenance, even though my rating was technician. I don't know what aircraft technician or maintenance this guy was, but he doesn't seem to have the intelligence to have gone any higher than my equivalency to sonar. Or something happened to him, alcohol abuse, something happened to him. I don't know why that only done in turkey processing plants. Oh,
Because Wyatt said something about the giblets. I've seen chicken gizzards. I don't know what he means by it's only, I mean, I don't know what they were doing where he worked, but I've certainly seen the chicken gizzards being sold with or without the chicken.
Okay. I enjoy turkey joints. Oh, Nora's is closed. Okay. You ever eat a turkey joint? Let's bring it up. They are delicious. Add to stage. There we go. Good. They're made in Rome, New York, at a place called Nora's Candy Shop, which apparently is closed for the summer. But yeah, these are friggin-licious.
What are they?
There are hard candy. They're not made from turkey. They actually have nothing to do with turkeys. Rome residents don't make turkey joints at home. They buy them at Nora's Candy Shop in person. I'm not sure what's actually there. I think chocolate, and can we blow up the ingredients?
It's hard to read on that background.
Yeah,
that green label.
Yeah.
So what is it about upstate New York? They have turkey joints that have no poultry of any kind in them.
Yeah.
And they have buffalo wings that have nothing to do with buffaloes. I mean, There's something about that
Yeah.
water that flows off the Niagara or something.
It could be something coming down from Canada, right? Vestige. It's the. Oh, I missed a chatter. Darth Marmalade Taco Traitor and wannabe dictator taught. We do not serve those drunk with power. We will 86 authoritarianism. Thank you, Agolf Twiddler. I love that. All right. I think these are called turkey joints because they resemble a turkey bone. I don't know, but it's a candy. It's a sweet, delicious candy. I thought buffalo sauce for the wings originated in Buffalo. Am I wrong? Yes. Muxter's trying to.
Don't be bringing facts into this goddamn it.
I think Muxter was
Troublemakers. He's a troublemaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coming here trying to.
But I'd like to sneak into his house sometime and steal a bunch of his autographs.
Oh, does he have a lot of autographs?
Oh, he's got some cool stuff.
Comes down from the Susquehanna River. My geography is weak. That's Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know it went up there that high.
Oh. Your mom. Whose mom? Somebody's mom? I hate buffalo sauce either way.
I was never wild about it either.
I grew up loving it, but I've aged to the point where all that grease burns my belly for days. Horrible.
I don't like Tabasco, and when I had buffalo wings, it was Tabasco based, and I just don't like that oily taste of Tabasco sauce.
Well, I grew up in upstate New York on buffalo wings, buffalo style wings, and when I joined the military, it seemed like everywhere I went, they had hot wings or buffalo wings that just didn't taste the same. When I got back home after the military, I'm like, okay, these are buffalo wings. The real difference was not just the sauce, but the deep fat fried them. And all that grease is not good for acid indigestion or the arteries for that matter. But no other wings taste like a deep fat fried hot sauce. Yeah. Oh, James is still here. Boy, he just likes making himself look stupid. Sorry, nerdy. My mom's deceased, but thanks for admitting I exposed you. Isn't that right, Donkey Boy? Are you calling nerdy Donkey Boy? Isn't the right always accusing the left of being confused about gender? Nerdy's a lady, by the way. Donkey Boy.
Well, I mean, nerdy's no lady. Nerdy's female. She ain't no lady.
And she says, Muxter, you're pathetic. You just mad because I keep calling him a pussy. Hey, Wyatt, question.
Are you mad? Are you bothered? Just a little? You seem mad.
A little bit. All right. Why is the turkey joint still on my other screen? Go away, turkey joints. All right. High praise indeed. I have a headache. It's 1:46 a.m. I'm tired.
You know, if I heard somebody mention a turkey joint, I would think, and it would seem like a weird business, but it would be a place you go to eat turkey. You know, like a pizza joint, hamburger joint.
If old guy Mitch or Stone Vet heard us talk about turkey joints, they'd be saying, "What's this THC level?"
Well, when you showed that first picture of the turkey joints, I was going to say they look awful hard to light.
I think James has a listening dysfunction. I said you probably were in the military, but you weren't very intelligent about it. Kaiser enlisted and went to basic training. He sucked at it. KFAR enlisted and went to basic training and actually served on an aircraft carrier. Not a very bright person. Todd Bryant, he enlisted on 2 different occasions. One of the dumbest motherfuckers I ever seen on YouTube. Jane Stern. I believe he enlisted in the Navy, but he is one stupid motherfucker. Now, did that stupidity come later in life? I don't know.
I'm thinking he deserted. Now that the more I think about it, I think he jumped ship and he changed his name, and not being real original, it was like, what should I call myself? And he saw the ship going away and he thought, oh, Stern. Yeah, Stern.
The ass end of the ship. Very good point. Finkel, you are still doubting my military service. Ask any questions.
Okay, I got one.
For sure.
What's the capital of Nicaragua?
N.
Well, he said ask any question.
Okay. Okay. Aviation ordnance man. Okay.
That was it. Yeah.
He loaded explosives onto airplanes. They didn't put very smart people into that because yeah. Okay. That explains so many things. All right. Gotcha.
You can see, can't you see some petty officer going, Stern, how many times do I have to tell you? You put the bullets pointing forward.
Yeah. I don't doubt you. I'm just pointing out when you say stupid shit like, what was the quote? I didn't paint, I'm not a boatswain. Or I wasn't a boatswain. As if only a boatswain's mate painted. Every rating had people who painted. Every rating had people who chipped paint. It's not just for boatswain's mates or deck apes. Maybe you didn't, but people in your rating did. And you should know that people other than boatswain mates painted. All right. I don't doubt your service. I doubt your intelligence.
Speaking of aviation ordnance, here's a stupid question. I just wondering, do they still have 50 calibers on like F-18s or whatever the latest is? Is that what they still use for air-to-air, or is they use something else? Besides, I know they have like the rockets and stuff.
50 cals on what?
On an F-18. Do they still use those on, or do you have something else on them?
I don't know. I was a sonar tech in the Navy and a grunt in the Army. Actually, I'm going to blame Nerdy for that. I was an infantryman in the Army. I held this chat up because I'm going to lecture her. Ground replacement untrained. No. American infantrymen are very well trained. Grunt comes from the Korean conflict. Colonel Smith, Task Force Smith. Colonel Smith was tasked to grab, because the Chinese were coming fast and furious. There were a lot of them. There were more Chinese than we had bullets. So he, in a rush, grabbed every clerk, every cook, every mechanic, every admin person, gave them rifles and put them on the front lines, and we got our asses waxed. And they were called ground replacement untrained. An infantryman trained in Fort Benning, what used to be Fort Benning, Georgia, is actually pretty skilled with their weapons and their skills. Okay. E3OAN. Oh, that explains it. 4 years and E3? Did you get in trouble? E3OAN I got after 4 years due to surgery on both my arms after I got did construction. and many other jobs, no place for someone who built and removed explosive ordnance in civilian life. Yeah, true. There's no place for a infantryman in the civilian life, and there's no place for a sonar tech in civilian life, yet I'm pretty well employed. I'm not a fry guy at Wendy's. I don't pull chicken feathers out of chickens. I sit on my fat ass, and manual labor scares the hell out of me, and I get paid very, very well. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, with the disciplines instilled in you for being a military member, whatever your MOS was, you should be able to come up with a pretty good resume to allow you. How long have you been out? Something tells me probably 10 years, 20 years.
I got the impression somewhere along the line that he's pretty old. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, you come out of the military, you have a resume to start with, and you get a job, and you do good at that job, and you move up. And you do good at that job, and you move up. And you get to the point where your resume is so long, you kind of sort of want to get rid of the military stuff that got your foot in the door. But when you're the fried guy at Wendy's, or the chicken puller, the chicken spanker, there's not much job growth there. Then ask any question. What question would I ask? Well, quite frankly, James, I'd rather just pay attention to everybody else in chat. You just
Yeah, why are we just letting him dominate the whole thing?
Yeah.
No, because it's kind of fun to call him stupid, I guess.
He was kidnapped in Tijuana. Don't you keep up? You went for the donkey show, didn't you, James? Donkey show? Yeah. Did you go for the donkey show? Excuses sound to me. Yeah. James, your military doesn't translate to real life. Well, I mean, if you took 3 years to make E3, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, in the Navy, getting to E3 is just a matter of being in the service for so much time. I forget the time. Let's say 6 months if you're an E1, become an E2, and 6 or 9 months you're an E2, become an E3. To go beyond E3, you have to pass a test. You have to qualify. And let me see, you can be an E3 in under 18 months just by being there and getting automatically advanced. Now that you have to take a test, it took you over 2 years to never pass that test. Okay, this explains a lot, James. It does. FPS. Okay, what are we talking about? Scuttle, you lovely soul. Good to see you. I'm reading, I'm not saying. Scotto, you lovely soul. All right, always love to see you, Peace Dynamo. Dynamo. All right. Finkel, he suffers from short attention span disorder. A lot of the people on the right do. It's kind of, I don't understand it. Even more intelligent ones, they have a short attention span. Don't know what's going on there. All right. And okay, everyone's saying good evening to everyone else, leaving me out of it. For the 20mm Vulcan cannon.
See, now that I have a problem with.
Yeah, me too.
Because the Vulcans are our friends. It'd be one thing if they had a 20mm, I just forgot what the name of those Worf guys are. Worf. Klingons. Yeah. A 20mm Klingon gun would be,
Now, I still believe that he was in the Navy. I still believe that he was aviation ordnance. I have no reason to doubt him. But if anybody who didn't know him for the RBC that he is said, okay, he says he's Navy and he worked on the 20mm Vulcan cannon, they would think the same thing as someone saying, I was an E5P and I never went to an E6 board. That's the only way you can become a promotable status E5 is go to E6 board. The only way you can work on a 20 millimeter Vulcan is in the United States Army, United States Marine Corps. The Navy has a 20 millimeter phalanx, which is exactly the same thing as the Vulcan. It's just mounted on a ship, whereas the Army version is mounted on a tracked vehicle or mounted on the ground. But the Army calls it a Vulcan. The Navy calls it a phalanx. It's exactly the same device. Well, the Vulcan's probably painted camouflage or sand lume. The Navy is painted gray. So for you to say you're a sailor, a Navy veteran, and that you worked on the 20 millimeter Vulcan, that would really make someone question that. And I'm so far behind. I have no idea what Scottle's agreeing with here. Sure, you're not sure you're not, Finkel. Sure, not. Oh, good to see you, Scotto. Okay, I think that's what he's talking about. Okay, there is a delay both in my transmission and your reception, and my getting to your chat. It is an open panel. If anybody wants to click on the link, is in both chats and it's in the description. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. James was dropped on his head by his mom repeatedly. Now, don't blame his mom. Could have been his babysitter or his dad or, some uncle. Yeah, it's not necessarily his mom's fault. Maybe it is. We don't know. Finkel, it was directed at James. I didn't feel like you were directing anything at me. Did I miss something? Klingons and Romulans and Vulcans and phalanxes. Okay. All right. You can tell I'm getting lethargic.
I know Alan earlier had asked James something like, what's the muzzle velocity of a 20 millimeter cannon?
Oh.
And so I think that's what James then was.
That's what the FPS was.
Qualifying. Was it the Vulcan? But like you say, if the Navy didn't use Vulcan, it's funny he would choose that one.
See, a sonar tech and a grunt wouldn't know that. 3,800 FPS. What does the FPS stand for?
Feet per second.
Feet per second. 3,800. I don't know. In the Navy, I was a sonar tech. In the Army, I was a infantryman. Do you know what the difference is? An infantryman does this. A sonar tech does this. It was funny back in the day. Googled it. Oh, that Peace Dynamo was a phalanx operator or a Vulcan operator. The 20 millimeter M61A1 Vulcan gun, which is the main gun for the F-18 Super Hornet. I apologize. Yes, the aircraft have mounted Vulcans. Okay. The phalanx is mounted on the ship. Okay, I forgot there are Vulcans, which makes no sense. A Vulcan on a aircraft. Army had them in the on the helicopters years ago. I don't know if they still do. It's meant to be an anti-air weapon, ground to air defense system, or surface ship to air. But
now,
that would be
now that you got that wrong, I'm beginning to doubt the fact that you ever did serve on Coast Guard submarines.
I doubt that I served on Coast Guard submarines too. James, I apologize for that one. The Vulcan gun was used on yeah, okay. You asked about F-18 50 cows. I really don't know the calibers on the when they're doing the dogfights and on the guns. I have no idea.
Well, apparently the 20 millimeters is what replaced the 50 cals.
Well, that's a lot of firepower. About 1 minute of Vulcan or phalanx use is between $100 and $200,000 of ammunition. In fact, I just saw that. It's funny. A lot of this isn't memory. This is something I saw on YouTube very recently. Okay. Oops. What did I just do? Oh, my windows just went all kind of wanky. All right, let's go to the YouTube, the tube of the boobs. Okay.
Well, you know, as you would know, Vestige, whenever you're involved in a cult like that, if the dear leader starts talking shit about somebody, then all the little minions have to also.
Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. Okay, let's go to. Sorry. Let's go to Finkel of the David variety, not the Duncan show. All right. And watch history. Australian reporter, blah, blah, blah. All right. Vulcan. It was very recent. It was last day or two. Man, I've been doom scrolling through YouTube way too much. Hey, Michael Bruno.
Oh, God, I thought you meant he came in. You were seeing him on the screen.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it'd be cool if he came in. He'd last about 10 seconds if he came up here, but...
Yeah. The narrative. National Guard troops. So I've been covering the National Guard troops. Dumb, ditzy, doofuses. Utah. Okay. Continue. All right. Where are you? National Guard arrives. How to make YouTubes go viral. All right. I watch my own shit way too much. Okay. Army arrives in D.C. Trump falls up the stairs. Okay. L.A. rioters. We've been here before. ICE, immigrants, Trump. Okay. Yep. Nazis. Man, did I watch it on maybe I watched it on my phone, which would be my... What if I Google it? Vulcan and phalanx. No, it was more recent. There it is. Frontline defense. Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just laughing at James that he's pretending to be so offended by a Yo Mama joke.
Oh. Yeah.
Although he follows that up with I don't give a fuck, so yeah, that's weird kind of.
That can't be it. It was more recent, 3 months ago. No, it was more recent. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I'd seen the other day, but it's pretty cool. Okay, let's present the share screen, phalanx, share screen. God, there's too many clicks. Okay, let's make it big. This is the shipboard phalanx, which is essentially the same thing as a Vulcan Gatling gun. This red dot is a 20 millimeter heated uranium round. There was a longer video.
So James, they're 3,400 feet per second. How many rounds per minute? Just curious.
A lot.
They would tear shit up.
Boom. I didn't take that. Wow. I went through a lot of ammo to get that plane. It's supposed to be AI. That plane should be down by now. How's that plane not getting taken down?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's got to be AI. All right.
So is that the deck gun that they use for like shooting incoming missiles?
Yeah. Yeah. The Stark was supposed to have, or the Stark did have one. Huh. Maybe this is it.
Indirect fire from mortars, missiles, and artillery shells is a very serious concern for armed forces in battle. But thanks to the point defense systems like the CRAM, indirect fire of this nature may have met its match. The CRAM, standing for Counter Rocket Artillery and Mortar, is an air-to-ground missile defense system that detects and destroys incoming rockets, artillery, and mortar rounds before they reach the ground. It uses a powerful machine gun that can fire up to 4,500 rounds per minute and take down close-range rockets as well as missiles and artillery shells. CRAM was created by U.S. weapon manufacturers to assist the U.S. Army in countering insurgent and militia missile, mortar, and drone attacks in Iraq and Afghanistan, both places where the U.S. had waged a war after its 9/11 attacks. The CRAM weapon system is a system of systems that has intercepted incoming rocket, artillery, and mortar rounds at forward operating bases and important targets in Iraq and Afghanistan, according to the U.S. Army. It saved the U.S. Air Force from what were the most horrific and exhausting days at Kabul for American forces. The Federation of American Scientists Military Analysis Network, MAN, defined 7 CRAM functions: sense, alert, reply, intercept, command and control, shape, and protect. CRAM has a naval counterpart from which it stems. This counterpart is called the Phalanx Close-In Weapon System, or CWIS for short. CWIS proved extremely successful at deterring incoming artillery as well as opposing gunboats. As such, the military concluded that a land-based variant of the system was needed. The CRAM was then developed, and it has since its inception protected many sites from artillery fire. CRAM finished development, integration, and testing in April 2005 using this system of systems strategy. Unlike the CWIS, which is permanently fixed on a ship, the CRAM is mounted on a trailer and fired remotely. It gives it a lot more flexibility and agility. When a threat's identified, the weapon system identifies, evaluates, tracks, engages, and assesses battle damage automatically. One key distinction between CRAM and CWIS is the use of self-destructing shells. While CWIS operates at sea, where the possibility of friendly fire is remote, CRAM is used on the ground in close proximity to the very forces it's stationed to protect. CRAM rounds are designed to detonate after a certain distance, preventing them from flying several miles and eventually striking the ground. To avoid collateral damage on the ground, CRAM employs additional tracking sensors such as the lightweight counter-mortar round and Q-36 target acquisition radar from the U.S. Army. Multiple incoming shots can be targeted, tracked, prioritized, and eliminated before they hit the ground. They also provide a warning system for forces nearby. Both CRAM and CWIS use the M61 Vulcan Gatling gun. The M61 is a 6-barreled 20mm cannon with a typical rate of fire up to 6,000 rounds per minute. Developed in the early 1950s, the gun was standardized as the M61 in 1956. The U.S. Army used the M61 and the M167 and M163 air defense systems, and as the primary gun system on the F-14, F-15, F-16, and F-18 fighters. The gun's also used as the tail gun on the B-52H bomber, while a lightweight variant is used on the F-22 Raptor fighter. As you might expect, such a sophisticated piece of kit does not come cheap. Each CRAM system costs somewhere in the region of $10 to $15 million, depending on the final spec of the units purchased. But that's only the cost to initially acquire the technology. With such a massive rate of fire, this unit literally burns through bullets. Depending on the number of munitions spent, a typical engagement with a single missile could range between $30,000 and $60,000. The U.S. military has only one other weapon system that can outshoot the Phalanx in terms of rounds per minute. This is no other than the M134 minigun, which can dish out 6,000 rounds per minute. However, the M134 minigun, which can be mounted from helicopters to Humvees, shoots the 7.62mm round, which is almost half the size of the 20mm. A CRAM system is composed of several components, which are all essential to its successful operation. The primary components include a radar system that detects the incoming enemy projectile and provides information on its location and trajectory. Missile launch platforms are also necessary to allow for a quick counter-reaction time when deployed. Other components of a CRAM system may include infrared sensors, computers, communication systems, and reactive methods such as weaponized smoke or decoys. A CRAM system protects land-based assets from airborne threats, such as aircraft or drones. A CRAM system can accurately detect and track projectiles when equipped with the proper components, allowing for an effective countermeasure response. It can also provide early warning of an attack, giving personnel time to take shelter or react appropriately. Overall, a well-managed CRAM defense system can significantly reduce the risk of destruction from enemy forces. The CRAM weapon system has some other perceived weaknesses too. For example, it takes around 5 seconds to acquire, lock onto, and engage a threat. It also has a fairly short effective range of between 100 and 1,000 meters. These weaknesses aside, it's shown itself to be one of the most effective anti-missile, mortar, and artillery defense systems in the world. For this reason, it'll likely remain an important player for many armed forces around the world for many years to come.
There you go, James. He's not on active duty. Take your experience and get a civilian contractor job. Hey, anybody got 3 hours?
Don't hit play.
Don't hit play?
No, get knocked off the air, even if it is on YouTube.
Okay. All right. The size of the two is the difference plus the rate of fire. All right. If you got some knowledge in that area, that guy with the beard, he's not on active duty. Look him up for a job. I'm sure they'll let you sweep the floors. I'm being mean. Okay. It is. We're 2 hours and 20. We missed our window for shorts. Well. Shit happens, right?
And James did say while you were trying to key up the video or something that the 50 cals were phased out after Korea. After Korea, it was all 20 millimeters on the aircraft. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We had deck mounted 50 cals in the Persian Gulf. We had no hope of shooting a missile out of the sky with it. All right. I'm getting lethargic, and I think I'm going to shut down. But James, congratulations! You won the award. And Ludwig, if you come back and watch us later, you get an award too. Keyboard Commando. And Finkel's going to go to bed. And unless, I'm going to bed either way.
Notice no chatters were harmed in the making of this video.
Well, James's Fifi's, but
yeah, but I mean, nobody was blocked, kicked, banned.
I think I will sleep very well. Thank you. All right.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
And I do mean everybody.
Everybody. Absolutely everybody. All right.
And I can say that because it's not my channel.
Oh, well, I'm going to click on stream either way. Good night.
So come back anytime.
God bless America and fuck Trump.
Hit the downward thumb on your way